All right, everyone. Welcome to this daily Sidereal Astrology forecast. This is for Tuesday, July 17th, 2018. All right, so very short and sweet video today. Not a whole lot going on astrologically. The moon has shifted into Virgo, however. So moving forward this week now, getting in touch with our analytical side, seeing what can be fixed or improved in our life, and fundamentally developing maybe a bit of self-discipline and self-improvement as well. So likely feeling this way and noticing some themes pertaining to this here these next few days. So other than that, Mars is getting close to the South Node retrograde. So still re-examining what we want, our deep needs, who we are. But conjunct the South Node sort of releasing this, right? So allowing maybe some of these needs and desires, maybe stuff we used to want and need, sort of being released at this time. All right, so let's look at all of this here with a quick recap when we return. All right, so here's the sky for this Tuesday. Again, this channel is for Sidereal Astrology, using the actual size of the constellations. So if you are new to the channel, don't know what Sidereal is, check out the link down below for more information. All right, so moon towards the top of Virgo here, where the past few days of maybe a little bit more about self-expression or having fun, creativity, that type of thing. Now we get into the sort of refinement of all of this for the next few days. So today, likely feeling a bit of this Virgo energy, maybe feeling a bit detail-oriented, analytical, striving towards that perfection, right? But of course, at the same time, accepting our own areas that we are improving and developing, that there really is no perfection in the way that we may want it to be as human beings, but we can strive towards improvement, right? So great to do this with our environment, fixing things, organizing things, doing the work, maybe routine, and of course, fundamentally with Virgo, doing the self-improvement, self-work, right? Anything we can do on that level is fantastic. So again, feeling this way with the moon and likely themes pertaining to it at this time. So this is in the context of the crescent phase. We are still in the very early phase of this cycle. Just had a new moon late last week. So good to be slowly building some momentum and just trying a bunch of new things right now, right? Experimenting, seeing what new perspectives have shifted maybe since last weekend and starting to implement them, right? Slowly but surely as we gain some momentum here. The sun right in between Gemini and Cancer, we are getting this shift now with our focus with the sun going into watery Cancer, probably a little bit more in terms of our roots, our emotions, our feelings, our inner guidance, and getting in touch with a bit of this sort of protective, private, internal type of energy. Just focused on life in this way, and as a result, really good for creating that protective environment for ourselves and others, and accessing a bit of that caring energy, maybe even nurturing, right? And again, connecting to what matters, which this inner guidance helps us become aware of. All right, so early phase of the cycle, Mercury, Venus still in Leo. It is still a great time for having fun, maybe in those relationships, enjoying a bit of that creativity perhaps. And with Mercury here, expressing ourselves verbally or doing creative things that do involve the mind or writing or things like that. A lot of that kind of fire behind the mental and communicative energy. So let's talk about this this Mars, actually. We have Mars retrograde going over the South Node. As you can see here in the transit graph, that's going to go exact tomorrow, but for the most part today and tomorrow. It's going to be very close there today. So other than that, that's the most important thing taking place astrologically. We'll likely feel at some point this sort of middle part of the week, this shift with our deeper needs. We already had Mars pass through here when he was direct. I think it was at least about a month ago. And so that was likely this sort of, at that time, realizing something about what we want and desires. And maybe the desires were very strong and the needs were very strong. And so now with the retrograde, we're re-examining all of this, right? Re-examining what are our deepest needs, who we are on a level in terms of, what do we want out of life, right? What are those deep needs? And with the South Node specifically, it's this clearing with this. Through this re-examination, releasing these deep needs, and perhaps even releasing these, ideas of who we are, what we want, and this type of stuff. And we'll likely notice a bit of a shift with this, probably personally, but also collectively as we go into next week. A simple way of looking at it is this sort of transformation of the masculine energy, which is what Mars represents, right? The drive, the directness, even the sense of independence, right? This is going through the transformation through this re-examination. All right, and of course in Capricorn, it is about remembering that things do take time, right? Especially when it comes to those needs, right? Capricorn is about the long-term perspective and developing a bit of patience and persistence along the way. All right, so yep, that's the most important thing. The moon will be opposite Chiron. Very, very minor thing. I would just say with this Virgo energy today regarding, the improvements and the details, the analytical energy, just balancing that with Pisces, right? Balancing that with a willingness to let go of what's outside of our control, which is everything not in the present moment and not anything that we can actually, work on or develop in our environment. And getting maybe some rest or peace or tranquility, balancing a lot of the work with the more receptive things in life. All right, so that's the day in a nutshell. Have a fantastic day, everyone, and I will see you all tomorrow for the daily forecast.